Hello and welcome to the next Jojovein stand showcase. Today, as you can see over here, this little fella is Heaven's Door. Heaven's Door isn't really your typical stand. Its means of fighting people is very different. If you hit Sneak F next to any mob, you will see that these little particles emerge from them, and this means that they were tagged. If you hit X after tagging mobs, they collapse and turn into books. In this state, they are helpless, and if you go up to them, you can actually read them as a book. And while you're reading them, you have various options to attack them with. You can make them blind, you can make them unable to turn around, you can make them unable to hurt you, you can make them fly backwards or follow you. Most of these commands that you can write into mobs have a limited duration, and that duration is the little blue number on the action bar. Once that duration runs out, they stop following that command, and you have to wait a bit before you can tag them again. But in combat, these effects can be pretty devastating, especially if you're very fast at using them. You can see cannot hurt me, he's not doing any damage to me. Cannot turn around, you can see he's struggling to get to me. And by the way, punching also tags mobs. So over here, I'm just making them all fly backwards, so they will hurt me no longer. And you can see if I read a Vampire Hunter, I get to see another built-in stat, the level, on the left over here. If I read a player, I can read other data from them, such as their current stand and their subclass. So this is very useful for finding out about things. Just as Rohan is a very curious person, Heaven's Door lets you soak in information better. So every time you hit a mob, you briefly get a high level of learning. And this will let you gain a lot of EXP from killing that mob. You can use Heaven's Door's ability to write into a book. You can see it says item is now tagged, and if someone else right-clicks this book, they will become tagged, and you will be able to use the X ability to write into them. For its movement skill, you get a little slide, which will help you in combat. And of course, Rohan can move his arms really fast because of Heaven's Door, so you get a very high level of haste. Final ability of Heaven's Door is Heaven's Door's special move, and I drew inspiration from the Rohan manga. In the Rohan manga, Heaven's Door gets an upgrade that lets it write into plants. So you can see I have throw instruction on this flower, and now I can throw it at enemies. If I write into a cactus or a melon or a pumpkin, it becomes explosive. So I could throw it kind of like a grenade. If I write into a plant, I write restore instructions into it. And this will make it heal my health a bit. For Heaven's Door's skins, we have this manga skin, the original skin, a pink skin, and finally this tuxedo skin. I hope you enjoyed this stand showcase, and happy Jojoveining!